All right, everybody. Hey, this is Todd McFarlane, McFarlane Toys. Let's see if we can't walk you around and show you just a portion of some of the stuff we have here, Toy Fair 2016. This case, as you can see, is devoted to the highly popular Walking Dead brand. What you're going to see in here is we've got our 10-inch figures here. The ones that are already currently out in the marketplace are these three, Daryl and Michonne and Rick Grimes. But here's our new one here of Glenn. He's looking like a badass here. He's going to get ready to shoot you. And then, as we talked about on the regular show, we're coming out with our color tops. And the first wave that's going to be red at the top is going to include a couple of the Walking Dead characters here. Later on, we're going to have a box set. We already did a highly popular box set with Daryl Dixon character and his motorcycle. But as you guys know, he's been given a different and new motorcycle. And we just wanted to make sure you could add that to your collection. Also, there's Fear of the Walking Dead, the spin-off show, and we wanted to make sure that we take a couple of those characters and put them in so you guys can basically get the whole brand. Down here's our traditional sort of 6-inch figures, 5-inch figures that we've been doing. Eventually, we're going to phase these out and move up to the more sort of articulated and more detailed versions that are up here. These are the bricks and construction sites that we've done. You can see we've got, this is some interior pieces. If you buy the upper and the lower, you can connect them, put it onto the catwalk, and you literally can make your whole Dead Man Walking prison set that you've done, as well as some of the smaller ones here. These are a couple of the vehicles. We've got the RV, and we have the Woodbury assault vehicle. Again, these are all bricks. These are still these things that you interestingly know as sort of some of the companies that have the nipples on them. You know, Mega does it, Lego does it, and there's about 20 other companies that do it. Ours do the same thing. You just sort of put them together. Underneath here, you can see are some of the DVD disc holders we've made for the Walking Dead series. And then we actually have some pretty cool stuff here, which is we've taken the 2-inch figures that go along with our little small build, and we've put some big heads on them, which is basically we've taken our 6-inch head, put them on the small, and we've got these what we call little big shots here. There's all the packaging down over there. Up over here is us just doing a prop of, if you buy some of these pieces over here, the catwalk and the upper and the lower prison cell, and you buy multiples of them, you can actually build a set that's kind of as cool as this. I don't know if you can get a good angle on it. And then if you get enough of the blind bag figures, then you can actually have this set at your house too. Over here, one of the things that I've probably been asked about almost every day of my life since we stopped making it is when the Spawn, the toys coming back, and when are you gonna get that darn movie done, Todd? So we announced that, you know, that I had just finished the script, although I've got to edit it down about 40 pages, but we'll get that one done. Hopefully I'll be able to give you some big news later in the year on the movie that part of the deal is I'll be directing. But we are going to bring back in our first wave the Spawn character that basically was the start of McFarlane Toys. Our very first series that ever came out from McFarlane Toys way back in 1994 was my Spawn line based on the comic book that I created, and we're going to see if we can't sort of sneak a couple of them back in there. This is a statue, and as you can see, I don't know how close and detailed the camera can get, but sometimes when you do the statues, you just do a cool hero pose and you get as much detail as possible. Over here, again, some more Game of Thrones building sets, much like what we did with The Walking Dead. You can buy these small components here. The first set that we came out with was the Iron Throne Room. You get this segment, but if you buy, you know, again, a bunch of the little guys and some of the flooring, and you get some of the pillars and a couple of these, technically, you can get to all of this and have this sitting in your room. But, you know, to make it reasonable for everybody, we're selling you basically from here to here to start with, and then you can eventually build it all out. We continue to do sports. We've been doing sports for, you know, since probably 2 years into the start of the business, 1996. And here's some of the NBA figures that we have. Obviously, Steph Curry is the one that everybody's talking about, given that he won the championship, and it looks like the Golden State Warriors are on the road to winning a back-to-back title. We have our football players down here. The Super Bowl just ended, so congratulations to the Broncos. We'll have a couple of those, including Peyton Manning. and Cam Newton coming out. Below here, again, is some of the latest releases of the Halo figures that we have. Unfortunately, that license will soon be winding down, and we will be moving on to other brands. Down here, again, is some of the small builds and some of the small figures of the Game of Thrones, and then some more of the sports stuff. And then again, another statue. This component here is Walking Dead from the comic book. Robert Kirkman, the creator of the Walking Dead program, is a partner of mine at Image Comics. He started in the comic book industry. We've been publishing the comic book forever. He's up to issue 150 plus, and eventually he sold it into Hollywood and is a big shot now. But Robert and I still do some of the comic book figures, and this is a Negan statue with his famous bat as he's sort of beaten. As you can see, a couple of the walkers and the zombies that are in there. Some of these have done very well for us because, again, unlike the hero pose over there for the medieval spawn, this one actually is showing you 4 or 5 different figures, and it gives you a sense of volume. We've also been doing the Assassin's Creed and had some success with it. Here's some sort of fun little blind bag pieces here from Assassin's Creed, and this down here are some of the role-playing props. In the new toys we're coming out with, our color tops in here, we're going to be doing brands like Naruto, Gears of War, Titanfalls. With some of the building, we just made an announcement for Five Nights at Freddy's. We're going to have some sets that we'll be selling to a couple places, but giving some exclusives to Walmart. And we've got about 6 other brands that we're going to be making announcements for in the coming months here. So look for all that. Thanks for joining us, letting us show you a little bit of a sneak peek in this 360 version of Toy Fair 2016. Be good.